I am Bonte Hill, and as always, before we get to the meat of the show, as always, we're brought to you by Mancini Sleep World. Every mattress is backed by our Rest Easy promise of a 365-night comfort guarantee with the lowest prices and next-day delivery. Visit sleepworld.com. That is sleepworld.com. Don't forget, get terror-free savings and get 40% off top brands like Beautyrest and Sealy. And fellas, we're going to sleep good tonight because we're going to be up all day talking about Jonathan Kuminga as he finally agreed to a 2-year, $48 million deal to return to the Golden State Warriors, a team option in the second year, as sources have confirmed to our very own Dalton Johnson. Of course, first reported by ESPN Shannon. He's eligible for a trade January 15th. There's a lot to get into with this deal here. So, Monty, I'll start with you. The Warriors and JK finally come to an agreement on the first day of training camp. You should be in tomorrow, and we could put this behind us. But why now? Why now? And why the 2-year, $48 million deal?
Well, neither side really wanted to deal with the qualifying offer. You know, although Aaron Turner, JK's agent, you know, he put that thread out there a while back. But, I mean, come on, the qualifying offer is less than $8 million. And they didn't want to do that. And the Warriors definitely didn't want to do it because it would lock them out of a contract slot that they could use to get a quality player. So the urgency was on both sides. But I don't think the Warriors ever believed that they would take the qualifying offer in the first place. I think they always felt like there's a way to get this, to avoid the qualifying offer, which was their priority. And for them to just bump up the money a little bit from the $45 million initially, that got it done. And I think if you're Kuminga, you know, it's like you're getting paid more money than you've ever had before right now. And you will have some, at worst, you will be an unrestricted free agent as soon as next summer. The Warriors can actually trade him before then. So, yeah, I think when you look at what happened here, I think the Warriors, I think they got the better of the deal in the long run.
Dalton, get in here.
Jonathan Kuminga also did turn down the 3-year, $75 million contract offer that the Warriors had on the table with a team option on the third-year deal because he believes that'll get him to his end goal of being a free agent sooner than later. He wanted to have that security and be able to kind of control his own destiny sooner than later instead of having to keep it in the Warriors' hands. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it felt like enough is enough from both sides. Let's put business to the side, put pen to paper, and let's get to basketball sooner than later because at this point, guys, we have a preseason game on Sunday. It's go time. First training camp practice happened today. It's time for everyone to get together and make basketball the main priority.
You know, that was a vibe for me that I sensed at Media Day, fellas, that, look, they understand the business. Everybody from Steph to Draymond to Jimmy, Paz, even Jonathan Kuminga. And what you just said there, Dalton, it is go time. And what you don't want to do is this has lingered all summer long. And I understand both sides of it. Warriors have him as a restricted free agent. They want, hey, we want to have this control and give you the team option. JK's like, hey, I want freedom because I don't know if there's a guarantee that I'm going to play the minutes that I want to play. So I understand the stalemate on both sides of this thing. But once you get the basketball and once you hit the court to get ready for a whole new season, with Steph here, who's a 4-time champ, Draymond's a 4-time champ, Jimmy's trying to get a ring, Pod's just trying to find his way in this league and make that third-year leap. Moses Moody saying, hey, I got confidence. I finally got some run last year. I want to play. We kind of owe it to the team to say, all right, I just got to do what I got to do to get on the court and help these guys because that's the last thing you want in this league for any team in any sport. Is you don't want to linger and be that guy that's not coming to training camp. And then everybody else has got to answer questions about you. And they're in an uncomfortable spot. So I'm glad that it got done here because you're right, DJ. It is go time, but very interesting. Again, I want to harp on this, Monty. The team option designed for the contract to be ripped up and renegotiated next summer. I'm with you here that the Warriors kind of won the posturing here with the team option. However, for JK, even if he gets traded before January 15th or after January 15th, the fact that the deal could be ripped up and he could renegotiate a new deal is a win for JK as well.
No doubt about it. I mean, I think that's the part that appealed to him in addition to the money, is that he can be an unrestricted free agent before he's 24 years old. And so that's the control he wanted. He gets more money than he thought he was going to get, than he would have gotten with a qualifying offer. More money than the Warriors' initial offer. Now, once we see how the contract is actually structured, we'll see how much the Warriors have, how far they are under the second apron. in terms of future roster moves. But when you look at JK, what he got, I think there's enough for him to say, you know what, to be satisfied, be content with what happened. I mean, come on, 92 days of this. It's finally over. So if you're the Warriors, I think you say, you know, we made the most of a bad situation. The only downside for the Warriors to me is that they couldn't put their team together back in July. It's too late for that. That ship sailed. That's the only real downside. Other than that, yeah, they found more money. Well, they got money, you know, and it won't hurt them in terms of finances if it's structured properly, which I'm sure it will be. So, yeah, I think JK did okay, but I think the Warriors, you know, they won the deal, I think.
DJ, was this about money? Or was it about the fact that he just wants a guaranteed role on his team, which is not guaranteed? Like, we know how Steve Kerr operates. He's trying to win games. We'll see different starting lineups every other day. You may get 15 minutes today. You may get 30 minutes tomorrow. You have no idea. It's all about the flow of how the game is going for this basketball team. And Steve Kerr kind of mentioned it's like he's not guaranteed to start. We know who the guaranteed starters are. It's Jimmy, it's Dre, and it's Steph. We don't even know if Pops is going to start at the 2 guard. So at the end of the day, was this all about money, or was it about a role that he wants in terms of, hey, I want to play 30 minutes a game?
It was about money, it was about control, and it was about role. And now with this contract, you get the money where the qualifying offer would have been $7.9 million. And instead, this could really be mostly a 1-year, $22.5 million contract. If it gets ripped up, he goes to the unrestricted free agency, so he gets the money. The Warriors, they might feel like they have more control with the team option. And then we talk about the role. He's not going to start, not on a everyday basis by any means. He wants to be a starter. He wants to have the ball in his hands. He wants to close games. There's no guarantee that he's going to close games, and we know that on a usual basis, he will not be in the starting 5. There's nothing in this contract that says that Steve Kerr has to, well, now that you have the contract, I got to give you more minutes, give you a bigger role. No, it's still going to be run by the ways of Steve Kerr, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler, and now Al Horford as well. But I do believe that, ironically, after the 4 years of up and down, of the 3-month saga that finally came to an end, this is when the Warriors need the best version of Jonathan Kuminga most, at least maybe not for a full season, but at least to get to January 15th, because you look at the ages of the Warriors, you look at the schedule that they're facing up to that first day that he can be traded, and a 23-year-old that can at the very least go out and get you 20 points, no matter what the style fit questions continue to be. He could be a huge weapon in the back of the pocket to go out and be the real team that they want to be when it's all said and done.
Yeah, Steve has made it clear that JK is not a fit with Draymond and Jimmy. There's no spacing. And so today when we talked to Steve, he talked about spacing. He loved the spacing of this team now. And so that's not good. He knows if he plays JK, Jimmy, and Draymond, that spacing shrinks up. So you might see JK start in some